around with people who don't add value to you. Be space welcome nudge. Be specific. Be selective. You don't have to talk to everybody else. You don't have to practice with everybody else. You don't have to watch video every single day, every video. You have to be selective. Okay, you have to be very good at differentiating what is the most important thing for me. And of course, and in this process, you're gonna get lots of exertion, lots of challenges. You're gonna face it. But because I would say in every videos of communication, you can find some sort of commonality, some sort of like equanimity you can also observe. So before becoming the good speaker, before developing the skill set, develop the right type of mindset, and then try to work upon the skill set. Right now you're having a mental toughness. Right now you're legitimate. You are a resilient person. So you will not give up that much quickly because you have developed your mind holistically. Right now you are ready to make the positive change. How come? By developing the skill set. So this fundamental you can practice, and of course you can also practice mindfulness meditation. That is gonna increase your consciousness and thinking process. So prefer it, do it guys, and of course you will see a drastic change into speaking. So, and any question, guys, you have in the comment section, you can put your question too. I would be happy to respond to you. If anything you wanna ask me, you can also ask, or you can share something.
Brother, can I have a question for you?
Yeah, please, you can
Yeah.
put the question.
How do we achieve this fluency? How do we achieve this fluency?
I would say, brother, that it's all about the practice. It's not a practice. It's all about deliberate practice. And what is
How
deliberate practice? Listen.
how
Yeah, I
can
can tell
you
you. Don't worry.
how can
Yeah,
you
I can.
practice?
Yes, I can tell you. Listen, deliberate. Let me tell you first of all the reason of deliberate practice. Deliberate practice involve a conscious action, 100% focus, 100% the right mindset, 100% belief, 100% consistency, 100% concentration, 100% determination and conviction. Welcome, Payal. Great to see you all, guys. So that is a process of deliberate practice. So when somebody say to you have to practice 30 minutes. No, don't do 30-minute practice. Practice 1 hour. When I say to you practice 2 hours, practice 2.5 hours. Meaning you have to practice until you feel good inside out. You don't have to become satisfied.
Yeah,
Satisfied
yeah,
people don't change the world. You don't have to be satisfied. I'm telling to you, the moment you're gonna become satisfied, what is the point of having the intense incentive, right? You got to be hungry. You got to have ferocious appetite in terms of becoming good speaker. And Suman, how you can do that? By talking on the topic. Pick up a topic, speak as much as you can on this topic. If you don't have good knowledge, read something, write something, boss something. This thing you can also do it, okay? For your personal greater speaking style, I would say. The second component of deliberate practice is make yourself vulnerable. Do not run away from the debate session. People don't speak. They feel, if I will do debate with Shubhankar, if I will do debate with somebody else, he or she gonna feel humiliation. No, do not run away from inconvenient, uncomfortable conversation. Always try to indulge yourself into such type of conversation where you feel stuck. Because if you don't know something, so what? You can learn something in the process. If you don't know something on this topic, no problem. You can listen somebody else who can teach you. So you got to be very good at you have to have a good ferocious appetite first thing. At the same time, you also develop such a right type of expectations to yourself. Have a greater expectation to yourself. In psychology we have a wonderful psychological effect which is called the Pygmalion effect, which basically means greater expectation derives a greater outcomes. But condition for that expectation should be you must have to yourself. If you have expectation from other people, you're gonna have a lot of problem. So just try to understand that you also have a great sentiments. You have to be docile while talking to somebody else. You can become undefeatable, immutable person if you do practice with regular basis. The best way to practice on the topic, I would say. You can talk to
yeah,
randomly, which everybody can do this thing. It is possible for everybody. The most important thing for speaking is called discussion of topic. So speak on topic. That's how you grow. That's how you do deliberate practice. Don't give up.
yeah, yeah. So, brother, do you have any topic in your mind right now you want to discuss?
Of course, number of topics you can choose. If you have any topic, you can give me. I have lots of topic.
No,
I have a full list of
no, no,
topic.
no. I have no any topic in my mind right now.
The
You
topic,
can
let's
choose.
say, topic can be The topic would be, let's say, education system. Okay, for example, I'm putting a topic in the comment section. Let me put the topic. Topic is education system. This is a topic, for example, for the discussion. So how would you speak on that? This is my topic. Okay. So do you want to add? Do you want to speak on this topic? What does education mean for you, and what are the merits and demerits you can see in the current education system worldwide?
I is it I say from my country's point of view, or
Listen,
the point?
if you have understanding at the global level, you can also put global perspective. If you are having only national perspective, no problem. We are not going to judge your country. We are not going to judge you. We just have to focus on the education system. You can also take
Yeah,
example of my nation. I will not be. I will not mind. Okay, no problem.
yeah, yeah. I can. I'll say the point of view of my country's education system. You know, our country is a poor country, and there is no such a higher education system in my country. It's basically based on theory based education. There is no such a practical education system. That's why our country's guys are so impractical about something what they have learned from the theory based exam, from the theory based education, and what they have learned, they don't use that education in their everyday life, and it's the best, it's the most worst thing, I think so. What we have learned is all about theory based, and it's not good for it's not a good for a person, if you want to you want to do a better job going to abroad, you will not you'll not easily move there because of poor knowledge about your subject. Yeah, you do not learn you do not learn too much about your subject. What do you have what do you have learned from your country? What do you have learned just theory based exam and theory based knowledge. And there is a lacking of practical knowledge. What is most important for going to abroad, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really wonderful perspective you have given about the education system, and of course, I do agree with the point. And of course, we all are having our economic condition. Every country having their own economic condition. Every country having their own GDP condition. So because of, I would say, not proper, I would say we don't have proper thermostat. We are having this mental thermostat which is stand for fears. So with the fear perspective, everybody has developed such a great thermostat. We have developed a great intellect. Recently, research came and talking about children are highly imaginative, highly creative. But what happens when they becomes 12-year old? They only can have highly developed intellect, and they are having underdeveloped imaginative thinking and intuition. So education system has been collapsed. So let me give the origin first of all of education system. In the origin of the Indian or global education system started at the time of industrial revolution, because the whole point of education system to produce laborer, to create slave. Sorry to use this type of word, but that is a true. I'm also the part of that. We all are eventually in the business of education, I would say to everybody. So education system started from the industrial revolution, because education system does never ever designed to make you holistically successful. Education system designed to support capitalists, and how come? By providing job for the young graduate. So young graduate becomes laborer. Don't forget, in the industrial revolution, blue collar worker were laborer. In the information age, in this today's time, white collar people become laborer. So we need to understand this is the origin of education. By the way, what is education? Education basically means to draw from within, to exude a powerful insights and wisdom and calling outside in, to understanding the human nature, understanding the power of human spirit, understanding the power of your own intelligence, heart intelligence. Heartmate Institute talk about your heart is having a great intelligence which is called the heart brain. Welcome Jyoti, good afternoon to you. Our heart is having a greater intelligence which is called the heart brain. According to different research talking about, basically our education system supports intellect. It does not encourage intuition. It doesn't support the intellect. Imagination. It does not increase instinct. So because of these four different mental faculty are not aligned together, we are facing a problem. So mind is more powerful weapon. Mind is having more than one faculty which is called the intuition, imagination, instinct at the same time your intellect. So we all are focusing a lot on developing the intellectual development. We are focusing on that. We don't focus on the creativity. We don't focus on the intuitive faculty. Because of that problem, everybody getting struggle. So education system should be replaced, and I would say this education system should be replaced by self-education. The education which you're learning from college, university should be secondary. It cannot be primary education. Do you see, guys? We all were born with a primary value. We all are having primary value, but we don't pick over primary value. We pick over secondary value. Secondary value comes from other people's opinion. What is the primary value? The primary value of everybody else's life is to find out who you are, to identify your purpose, identify your mission, identify your own rights. That is our primary value. Even though we were born with the primary value, but we don't pick that value because of lots of fear, lots of trouble, lots of, I would say, other people thinking process. So we all are gonna become guinea pig. We all gonna become a scapegoat. We all gonna become the puppet for the people. The rest of the world trying to make you puppet. They are using you. They are misusing you in a negative way, and you don't have awareness about it. That's why everybody making us manipulated. So but we have to be more conscious about the fact education systems need to be rectified. It need to be changed. It need to be completely altered. In the real life education, you need to have the real life education which can solve the real world problem. When you don't have this type of education, you punish in the business world. Any skill set which you're learning today into your schools and college, all these skill set gonna punish in the corporate world, in the business world. For example, let's say we are graduated, so we don't have the good communication. Let's say you have developed a highly intellect. What's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get punished in the real world. You're gonna get punished in the real life. So there's a one intelligence which is called adversity intelligence. Adversity intelligence basically means when you are going through a problem, you don't have to lose your mind. Will you come after losing your mind, or will you come by becoming more tougher? So adversity intelligence, when we don't have, we give up. We take negative wrong action like suicide. We do. We get into depression. Get into emphysema. We get into lots of negative idiosyncrasies, which is eventually deteriorating your progress, which are highly detrimental to your own self. So all these things happens to you when you don't have proper understanding about the education. So be careful. Education is indispensable. It need to be rectified. It need to be true. It should be a real life changing education. It should not be like going to schools and reading books, going to school, going to examination, vomiting, regurgitating, coming back, having seen the numbers, getting happy. No, this is not the education. You
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
vomit. Everybody can do regurgitation. Anybody can do vomit. This is not the education. What is the point of vomiting in the paper after examination, which does not make sense for you? We have read this formula: a plus b ka whole square is equal to a square b square plus 2ab. In the real life, it does not add any value. It doesn't make any sense. What is the point of reading this formula again and again? So we focus a lot on the numbers. We focus a lot on the position. That's why we are becoming positional leader. We are not becoming the real leader. To become a real leader, you don't have to go to schools and college. To become highly successful today, you don't have to have a degree. You don't have to go to college education. I think so. Yeah, you may have some contradiction opinion, which is okay, but I don't believe in this philosophy that you have to go to college, school to become highly successful. Everybody becoming success today, everybody getting name, fame, money today by pursuing their passion. Even though the research is coming from that, according to Global Shift in Wealth, there are 2,206 billionaires in the whole world. 80% billionaires don't have educational degree. They don't. According to a University of Canberra, 85% Australian retire with one less than $150,000 after spending 30-40 years at the workplace. And according to the Census Bureau report talk about a 45 million people or 14.5% people of America living the under the poverty line. That is the most sobering factor for everybody. So that is the things I want to mention for everybody. And while she's writing, education means all knowledge, not only about science and math. Education means respect to people. Of course, Pile, it is also education, right? It is also kind of education. But who taught you so far in the school that be respect to everybody? Nobody teaches us, right? So who will teach you? If parents don't know this thing, if teachers don't know this thing, there's a problem. Who knows you how much personality you have? Who knows you? Sorry, who knows you how much personality you have? Who you are? How much influence you have? Now think about this. This entire education system teaching you what you know, and little bit about who you know. You spend 3 years, 5 years, 10 years working on what you do. Practically no time on who you are and who knows you, right? They will never teach you how to build personality. They will never teach you how to build influence. Even though research is very clear, the more successful careers have been built on personality and influence. Even though, in fact, the one research that is done by the Carnegie Institute of Technology found that 85% career success come from your person's ability to lead, negotiate, and connect. Only 15% education come from your technical background. So you go through 10 years of trying to become at what you do, spending no time building your personality, your influence. Basically, we are guaranteeing to get the financial failure for the young graduate. So we have to be discerning enough. We have to become a more pragmatic about it, about my education. If you don't do that thing, you won't be your education, your real right gonna be forfeited by other people, so which we don't want. Education system intimidating the human spirit, it is scorching, it is smashing the human potential, which is not the good thing according to me. We have to stand out, we have to take the actions which should be innocuous for everybody. At the same time, we have to find the solution. How come? By becoming more conscious about our life, right, I would say. So that's what I want to decipher you. I hope you got the point.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so anything else, listeners? Anything you wanna know from me? You wanna ask me? You can also put in the comment section. Any question, guys, you have, or anybody want to open? Please join with me. I'm requesting since long. 3 to 4 times I said this thing. Anybody want to join? Anybody want to come? Nobody coming. So when I conduct my stream, people say you don't join to anybody. I said no, I hope on people, but they don't come. I don't know why they don't join. But I'm really happy that you are listening. But at least say yes no in the comment section sometime. Yes, Pyle, I do know that you always inquisitive to hope on, but sometimes you get busy, which is no problem, right? So okay, guys, let's move on. So what we should discuss, guys? Let me know from your side. Today I will not choose a topic. If you will give me topic, I would be able to dissect it. So please provide the topic if you have any question, guys. Do you have? You can write it down. If anybody you have any question, you can put in the comment section. If you don't have any question, no problem, I can keep talking. I have lots of energy, by the way.
Yeah.
you know
So you
I'm
can
fully
choose
charged,
topic.
yes.
You can choose topic.
Sure. My battery never ever down. Okay, my battery is fully charged. Even though I feel exhausted, tired, but I try to recharge myself up. I try to keep myself up. There's a beautiful quote somebody said, my strength did not come. How to become financially independent in early 20s? Okay, that's a really wonderful question, by the way, you're asking to me. So, first of all, you need to understand the financial stability, as I mentioned to you that, according to the global shift in wealth, currently 2,775 billionaires on this entire planet, which is not even 1%. So, and 15,600,000 millionaires you can find on this entire earth who are having a net worth of 1 million US dollar, which is probably which demonstrate 2.06% of the world population. So not a significant people they're becoming rich. You don't have to become rich in the outer world first. You have to become rich into your mind first. right? So we need to become the rich in the internal world, and how you can become the highly successful in terms of money. The first of all, two things you should focus: develop highly valued skill set. Can you develop complex problem solving skill set? Can you solve the problems of the people's mindset? Can you solve the problem which nobody can solve? It is called complex problem solving skill set. Number two, do you have the mastery upon your skill set? Have you developed your Did you get the mastery on your skill set? Did you get the significant mastery on your skill set or not? Because if you don't have the right type of the mastery upon your skill set, who will pay to you? Nobody will pay you money, right? Nobody would like to hire you as a speaker, for example. So you have to be a different person. You don't have to be like everybody else. You don't have to follow conformity mindset. You don't have to go there. You have to become unique. You have to add value to people. You don't have money because you don't add value to people. The moment you're going to add value to people, you're going to have a lot of money. So if you want to have lots of money, add value to people. Change the life of people. Add value to people. Do something for them. Create something. Innovate something. Disrupt something. Become something. You have to do that thing first. Second thing, in terms of becoming the starting earning money, which is called, if you are, let's say you are civil engineer, or so this is your specialized field, either you should have the general skill set or you should have the specialized skill set. If you are having these two type of skill set, you are more likely to generate money. But again, your skill set, if your skill set can be replaced by millions of the people, you don't have a skill set probably. Welcome, Rajneesh. If your skill set can be replaced by thousands of the people, if your skill set can be replaced by millions of the people, probably you have illusion of this skill set. You don't have real problem, real world skill set. Like let's say for example, communication. You don't have to become survival speaker. Remember, you have to become charismatic, top notch, such a phenomenal, gigantic, magnificent, powerful communicator who can exude a charisma energy outside in. You don't have to follow the obsolete pattern which has been perpetuating coming to you. When people listen to you, they must be dumbfounded, befuddled, and flabbergasted. You have to develop such type of indomitable mindset for that. Okay. The next thing which I want to mention in terms of earning money, increase your knowledge. Knowledge always get paid. If you don't have good knowledge, who would like to pay you? Let's say for me, after 4 to 5 years, if I am speaking on the global stage, if I don't have good knowledge, who will hire me as a speaker? Nobody will hire me. I would not have the million dollar job. Nobody will pay me as a consultant as $1 million. Nobody will pay me. Why? Because I don't have the adequate knowledge which can give people, which can help people not to get fixated in the problem. So you have to develop this type of mindset, because everybody flinching from the skill set. Okay, everybody, because of lots of wishy-washy negative thinking, we don't think differently. That's why we are unable to put the unison, we are unable to put the harmony into our mind and heart. So develop this type of skill set, and of course you're gonna see the outcomes, and it won't happen overnight. It will take time for you. Every highly valued skill set takes 4 to 5 years if you are doing deliberate practice. How many? 4 to 5 years you need to devote to develop highly valued skill set combined with deliberate practice, combined with determination, dedication, mindset. If you can do that thing, you are more likely to generate a lots of things. And of course, there should be lots of planning. There should be esoteric planning. There should be lots of proper memorandum for you. If you can do that thing, you're more likely to develop such a powerful knowledge along your profession. Follow your passion, convert into the profession. There's a beautiful quotation, old saying that you find your passion first, which will lead to your purpose, and eventually your purpose could be turned into your profession. Find your passion first, convert your passion into profession, sorry, convert your passion into purpose. Once you have purpose, you're more likely to monetize it. So that's how you presume, you implicate about your life result. Of course, if you don't have the right skill set, other people's skill set gonna override your skill set. If you don't have the right type of mindset, if you are unable to impart good knowledge to people, somebody else will come, he or she will speak in a good way, you will say I'm subservient, this person is a top notch. So then what's going to happen to you? You will feel that I wasn't lucky person. It's not all about luck. Life success growth is not about luck. Speaking good communication is not all about luck. It's all about putting the efforts which is more than required. Not everybody put the greater intensity amount of efforts. Everybody want to be more, nobody want to do more, nobody want to have more. Sorry, everybody want to have more. Nobody want to be more. Nobody want to do more. If you cannot be more, if you cannot do more, how you can have more? Let me know first. You got to be more. You got to do more. Then you got to have more. You can't have more until you become more. Until you do more. I cannot be a good speaker if I don't practice sufficient way, in a good way, in adequate way. Understand simple I caught me over here. So everything that you are looking for right now, it takes a lot, it is going to take time from you, it's going to take lots of sacrifice from you, but you need to enjoy the whole process of becoming a good speaker. So each and every single day, try to create a great mindset, a learning mindset. You don't have to become oblivious. People are so much oblivious. They cannot think, they can't remember think. They cannot remember things. You got to remove the facade on your face which you're having, which is, and at the same time people don't have tolerance ability, they don't have patience, they don't have forbearance, they are living their life in disillusion. A full life is full of lots of problem. They all are seducing their own spirit. Their problem does not remember, problems do not persecute you. Your own negative thinking persecute you. Nobody can persecute you. Nobody can make you feel bad. Nobody can create a trepidation a lots of in you. You get freak out when you see any problem. You get distracted when you see challenges, so that you don't have to do it. So this is the thing which I wanted to say: mitigate all the negativity from your mind, become more clear on what you want. I just want to give one fundamental for you: anybody who will want to be a good person, a good speaker, always think about what you want and nothing else. And of course it is full of lots of challenges, cynicism, lots of problems you're going to face, but eventually somehow we all want to have substantial result. We all want to, subsequently we want to get to the vantage point, meaning a great point, a great I would say the stage which is possible for everybody. Fear breeds more fear breeds more poverty breeds more fear, and the process continues. Same apply to success. More success breeds more success breeds more success. So if you can double your triple and your your efforts rates, you're gonna become unstoppable. So with that, I want to stop my stream right now, guys. Here, and I'm sitting into my room, and there's a lots of summer. Actually, there's no light, so my whole body is sweating. My body is full of perspiration. There's no light, so my inverter got down. My mom and dad they went outside today. They went to maternal uncle house because my maternal uncle he got his I think something special happened over there. So because of that, my mom and dad they are there. So I'm just me, my brother, my sister. We all are at house. And of course, in the afternoon time, sorry, not in the evening time, I will have to go to my field because I have to do some sort of work. My father is a farmer by occupation, so we are having the occupation called agriculture. So right now cauliflowers we have planted in all field. So cauliflower is gonna start right after one month, and we all gonna get indulge into our livelihood, because that is the only livelihood that we have. And at the same time, because we are having this agricultural livelihood, so but we don't want to, I don't want to restrict myself here. I want to go to the top. For that I have to be expressive, I have to be autonomous thinker, I have to be good speaker, right? And so my intention, I never ever complain. In my early 20, I realized a wonderful lesson that Shubhankar, if you really want to become highly successful person, you don't have to complain. You have to take 100% responsibility. When you take 100% responsibility, you become resourceful person, right? You become resourceful person, you become a decisive, more assertive person, you become more courageous person, you automatically take the giant step to the next direction. So people don't take the 100% responsibility of their own life, and they wait for the magic gonna happen with them. They they blame to god, they blame to government, they blame to parent, they blame to education system, they blame to blame everybody, which is not even good thing. We don't have to blame anybody, we just have to understand that I'm here, I need to take 100% responsibility, so that I can Abhishek, you always come at the bad timing, but let me hope of you. You always come a time where I want to leave. That is a very bad.
Oh, Shubhankar. Actually, I didn't know that you are conducting your FS, to be
I
honest. I
started
didn't know.
40 minutes ago my stream. 40 minutes has been completed since talking.
So 40 minutes, then extend for at least 30 minutes.
Now you came, so I have to exchange it, right? How can I, make you feel bad? Okay.
Hmm.
So how are your house going, brother? Tell me.
No, everything is fine. A few days ago, my mother underwent eye
Hmm.
cataract surgery. And she is recovering.
Now she's okay.
Yeah, she is okay. Like 8 days ago, she underwent, and you know that it's a minor surgery, and but it will take time for her to
Hmm.
come for complete recovery, like
Okay,
around one
great.
month. But yeah, she has to refrain herself from all uh, all sorts of household works, everything. So I'm doing
Because
everything.
in this, I would say that we are having a lots of problem in our body, lots of, even though my father, that few years back, he
Hmm.
always, he always got disturbed by the, stomach pain. So in his, labor wasn't that much good. So my father, he's extremely studious, hardworking man, and even though my father is a farmer, Abhishek, you won't believe, he is really passionate about the agriculture. He does in
Yeah,
such a
you
great
told
way,
me. You
right?
told me.
So
Hmm.
it doesn't really matter you're a cobbler, it doesn't really matter you are a business person, it doesn't really matter who you are. You should do your duty in such a great way. There's a beautiful quote by Martin King Jr. said, even if you're a sweeper, even if you're a street sweeper, sweep like a floor like Michelangelo painted, right? So we need to sweep like this. So that's the case I want to mention. So well, Abhishek, topic wasn't, I was talking on the education system before, but we can change this topic, or if you want to disseminate, if you really want to having the confabulation with me on this topic, you can also share some thoughts. Education system on, then we can
Education
move on.
system, like if I talk about education system, see, I think we have discussed on this topic uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
many times. I think several times. So I always said it. Whatsoever course you are pursuing, like see, education system. If I talk about education system existing in this in our nation, like I am not against any universities. I am not against any colleges. Like the courses they offer, but uh, but I think they need to change some pattern, right, Shubhankar? Like simply they have to change the style of teaching, because if I talk about some applications like Baiju, and there are so many applications, so they teach in a remarkable way. They teach in a such a way that it goes into the subconscious mind, and people like students enjoy, they literally enjoy. So such type of education, such type of style can can it can be imposed in colleges, universities. So government has to think over it. uh,
Mm-hmm.
all the teachers, lead teachers, lecturers have to think over it. Students have to think over it, and they can introduce such style, such the style of teaching, like because I know some students who are pursuing their courses
Mm-hmm.
in Baiju and some other application,
Mm-hmm.
and they are really they are static. They they are, what to say, they are getting everything. They are getting knowledge, and it's fathomable for them. So because so what see whatsoever they study in their school colleges, it's entirely different when they study, when they go through the lesson, the chapters, or the courses
Huh?
in such application. I'm talking about some application. So such type of teaching, such type of such method of
Oh.
teaching, I want to say, such method of teaching should be
Hello.
introduced in
Pankha.
institutes, colleges, even in universities, so that students can enjoy, students
Hmm.
can get the things, all the stuffs in a better way, and they will not feel bored, right? So
Yes, right.
yeah, and see, if I talk about like students, what so I just I have uttered this line several times. Whatsoever course you are pursuing, first you have to figure it out. Are you really interested, right? You don't go for your friends, Like if your friends are pursuing engineering or MBA or whatsoever courses, don't follow their suit blindly. You have to figure it out. Might be your friends are good at mathematics, that's why they are pursuing engineering. Might be you are not good at mathematics, might be you are good at some other things, like
Yes,
mm,
right.
yeah, like
That's
social
very good
studies or like
perspective you have
English.
given.
So you have to figure it out, and and you have to and according to that you have to pursue, according to that you have to choose your course. And there should be a motive, there should be goal. Like, why, if I am pursuing MBA, if I am pursuing engineering, if I'm pursuing any courses, designing, fashion designing, interior, there are so many courses. Why I wanna do, see, making money is okay. Everybody wants to make out money, everybody wants to get established, everybody wants to work in a good firm, in MNCs, or everybody, and even some people want to go to abroad. So it's nothing wrong to earn in millions and millions, or billions and billions. You earn, why not? But you have to figure it out. Interest, you should be interested in that
Mhm.
particular course, in that particular subject. And if you pursue such course, you will do the best, and you will become the best version. And
Hmm.
success will follow you. You will not follow the success. Yeah.
That's really good thing. Success is just like the most beautiful women. It only goes to those who have the courage to get it.
Yeah.
It does not go to it does not go to fearful people, right?
Hmm.
So that's really wonderful perspective you have given. Thank you so much.
And
Yeah, of
one more
course I
thing I
do
want to add
agree.
up, Shubhankar, I will not take
Yeah.
much time.
Hmm.
Like if I talk about some schools, not sorry, not schools, some institutes like engineering college
Hmm.
or even management colleges. I would say, like, I have seen many engineering colleges in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu,
Hmm.
Odisha. In Odisha, there are in Odisha, I think there are more than 150 colleges. So if I talk about 70 to 80% of colleges are simply they are making out money.
Hmm.
They are doing business, because they're okay. They are providing education. They are providing different various courses related to engineering, related to management. But what's their main intention? Their main intention is to make out money. They are not concerned of students' future, right? So
Hmm.
it's very, you have to choose the university, the colleges. You have to be very careful. Don't simply, because what I've seen, Suhankar, because I was in Odisha, and what I had seen, few students are getting admitted, although by giving donations. They are giving donation is what? Simply it's a black money.
Hmm.
Students are giving 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 4 to 5 lakhs, despite they are not capable, despite they are not they are like they are not fit for that course. But
Yes.
yeah, but they are giving. And if I talk about such institutes, they are taking, and they all the authority, all the when the experts, the teachers know that this particular student is not capable. But see, what are you doing? Simply you are playing with his or her life. And good institute, remarkable institutes will never do. They will test. You have to go through the test, you have to go through all the process. And if you crack everything, if you crack the test, interviews or counseling, then you will get nice college according to your capability, according to your level. So you have to choose. That's why, so this why that's why I'm saying education system. If I talk about education system, it's degrading. It's degrading day by day, because such colleges are opening up in a larger quantity. So
That's right thing. Even though I just want to hold on for a while. Welcome, Sheetal. Thank you so much for being here. As you rightly mentioned that a student they are, giving money 3 to 4 lakh. The interesting thing which I have noticed so far into even my own life. When you ask your family that I want to do MBA, and let's say somehow they will say okay you can go and do MBA. Let's say you said to your parents I want to do BTech. For that I need 5 to 6 lakh rupees or 7 to 8 lakh rupees if you're doing from private university. So they have money for such type of courses, but they don't have money. Even though students don't want to pay money for the personal development training. Believe me, nobody want to pay the money for the personal development training. And even though it has been researched, Your income will never ever exceed until your income will never ever exceed than your personal development. If you don't develop yourself, nothing gonna be changed. You are earning on the basis of your personal development, your own values, skill set. So the skill set that you have developed so far, which could solve some sort of complex problem, not average problem, that eventually deciding how much money you're gonna make. So I would say that, like, I always say to that my family, even I say to them, if you have money for my academic education, why don't you have money for my personal development training? And even though I don't want to be dependent on you, and of course I want to do all personal development education with my own way. I want to earn money, I want to spend money into my own learning, and I will do that, Abhishek, because I really have a great passion for teaching. I'm practitioner, whatever I preach, whatever I say, I practice even. So in the future, what I want to do, I want to educate myself on different education, like psychological education, spiritual perspective, from psychological perspective, from philosophical perspective. I want to develop the holistic approach towards success and growth and performance and productivity. For that, I'm just grinding day by day. I'm polishing day by day. I'm cutting and rubbing myself day by day so that I would be in the position to teach people. And for that, of course, I have to have a great knowledge. I have to go through with lots of books. I have to go through with lots of personal development training. So I would like to know from you specifically, Abhishek, just please tell me what is your perspective or specifically on personal development, because personal development right now is a most misunderstood subject according to people's mindset. They don't have money to pay for that. They have money for the expensive. We are spending. People are spending driven. People, they're not saving driven. We are spending driven. When we earn 10 to 15,000 rupees per month, what we do? We're gonna we're gonna buy a lot of things. We don't save money. In tough time, we try to say, oh my God, I don't have money. So we don't have. Then we become insensible. We become avaricious in that situation. So what do you think on personal development? How much? Why should not be focused on personal development? What do you want to say on that?
Yeah, of course. If I talk about personal development, uh, everybody, everybody must focus, and especially especially if I talk about students, it's vital for them. So personal development means what? Like, if I talk about personal development means your development. Apart from education, you might be pursuing any course, but if I talk about your personal development, development comprises everything. Like, the way you speak, the way you present yourself in front of the people, uh, the your everything, your gesture, posture, the way of talking, the way of sharing your ideas, your thoughts, your perceptions, and how to be like a creative person, and like simply. And so there are so many things. If I talk about personal development, how to, like, how to inculcate everything's like, like after inculcating everything's about all the different factors, like, you can you are developing yourself in a such a way that you are you you will not rely on other people, or you will not rely on other what to say, company, or firm or organization.
Mm-hmm.
You will be you will train yourself in a such a way that you will be able to give employment to other people. You will be able to make out money, uh, by, like, simply by in a creative way, right? In a creative way. uh, in other words, I would say,
Yes.
you will be like a, self self reliable person. Right?
Reliable.
Yeah, reliable. I'm not getting that. What's the correct pronunciation?
Reliable, reliable.
Reliable. Yeah, self reliable person. So that's what I think, because I don't have deep insight on personal development, but
No
whatsoever
problem.
I know,
You have given very good perspective. But
yeah,
the thing which you have rightly mentioned, that personal development is all about self development. That is a very good thing. And of course, in personal development, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. You have to renounce a lot of things, not less things. You have to think on the larger scale. Personal development is all
you have to
about
think,
self
like,
discovery.
you have to think in a different way, in a totally different way. Like how? Simply because people think, students think, lots of people are thinking, but your thinking should be totally spectacular. It should be totally different. It
Hmm.
should be different from your opinions, your thinking. And if you think in a different way, you will definitely, you will not seek for jobs. You will not rely on any people. You will establish yourself. You
Well said,
will
sir.
establish your own uh, what to say, business or organization, whatsoever you wanna. So you will run many courses on on
Yeah,
on
of course,
on on
definitely.
social,
You know.
on social
Hmm.
media platform, and lots of people are doing, like, after getting trained, they have started their courses, they have started their training program on Zoom, on Google Meet, on YouTube. So that's what personal development does. And
That's really
if I
wonderful
talk
thing
about
to know.
how, why it is necessary, why it is vital, why it is indispensable. So uh, education, if I talk about education, you are getting bookish knowledge. I am not against any courses, whatsoever courses you are pursuing. You might be pursuing engineering, MBA, or simple graduation or post graduation, or you have many things, you want to crack competitive examination or government
Hmm.
examination. Okay,
Hmm.
that's feasible. But apart from that, or at the same time, I want to say, at the same time, you can also pursue some courses related to personal development. So
Hmm.
it will like it will be helpful for your growth. Like you are preparing for your examination, you are pursuing your course, or you are seeking you are seeking job after completion of your degree. You might be giving interviews to different companies,
Yes.
but the self development program will help you to crack interviews, to to simply to become the best version of yourself. So both are equally important. I am saying the is education, the courses you are pursuing, that, and at
Hmm.
the same time some development programs. And if I talk about personal development programs, it's not like a 2 years or 3 years course. You can select. Uh, you see, and if I talk about courses, there are, see, Subhankar, there are lots of videos available on different social media
We are
platforms.
not talking about the course, by the way. Even there's a one research talking. There's a one research happened recently talking about even though I got this thing from my mentor, he said to me, Shubhankar, within a 6 month, if you can put the intensity, great amount of efforts by doing deliberate practice, if you can completely indulge and you allow that information permeate you, you're gonna become unstoppable. You can increase your personal development level. But the thing is that, according to me, the first thing for the personal development, you have to become resourceful, right? You have to follow resourcefulness. Somebody said that if you are not resourceful person, you will never ever have resources. So the first challenge for the personal development, always do the best with what you have and wherever you are today. Old quotation by Eleanor Roosevelt. She was president of United States few years ago, and she said that do the best with what you have and
You
wherever you
have to
are,
become
meaning
resource.
become resourceful. In the science of NLP, which is known as neuro linguistic programming, talking about that success does not depends upon resources, it's all about resourcefulness. So you got to be resourceful. Use, and even though I say to people, listen, those who are growth minded people, it is called, Abhishek, mastermind session. Have you heard about it, mastermind theory? Let me know
No.
first. Okay, if you don't know, no problem. I can tell you. Mastermind theory is a theory which is given by Napoleon Hill in the book called Think and Grow Rich. Okay, in that book you can find this theory. Welcome, Abhi brother, and you can also come for a while. You can join for a while, Abhi. You're welcome. So, in the mastermind theory, basically they're talking about when a like-minded individual, when a like-minded people come together, when they combine knowledge with the efforts, and they practice it for the long span of time, they become unstoppable. So in the group setting, specifically, I'm not talking about everybody has to be there. I'm talking about ambitious people, pushy people, those who are highly ambitious. You have to gather at one place in group setting, in the social setting, where you can learn drastically. So these type of things we need to do in terms of unleashing our personal development. So let me welcome Abhi with that, and Abhi can also share his perspective, what he thinks. Welcome Abhi, and I hope you are doing
Yeah,
good.
yeah, thank you so much. I'm also doing great.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So Abhi, I asked to Abhishek, welcome Neelu, welcome every single buddy and to my stream. And guys, I just want to say you can also visit my YouTube. Everybody, every single time I try to endorse my YouTube. So by the name of Shubhankar, if you go to my profile, you can find my name. Shubhankar Shakib will lead to Facebook, to my LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn account. You can also connect there because LinkedIn, Abhishek, very and Abhi, very like sobering research. On LinkedIn, people they're having 800 million account. Okay, 800 million people they're using LinkedIn. But the thing is that 2.2 to 3 million people are regular. Basically, vast majority of people they have put their CV over there. This is my CV. Hire me for a job. That thing happening. So please try to connect people globally. So we my topic is personal development. What do you mean by personal development, and what are the challenges we all gonna face? We all gonna confront in terms of developing yourself. Abhishek has given very wonderful
Yes, just
perspective on
one
that.
more thing I wanna add. One more thing
Yes.
I wanna add. Just if I talk about courses, because I know some people, they are, they are pursuing some courses related to self development courses. So that's why I just mentioned about some courses. But if you don't want to pursue such courses, no need. There are lots of videos on YouTube, right? On YouTube you can follow the videos available on YouTube
But Abhishek,
related to self
just sorry
development.
for interrupting you. The problem, the problem with YouTube, the problem that of course you can go to books, you can go to YouTube,
Yeah.
but guys, information, knowledge should be in structured form.
Right, right.
If there's no structure, if there's no context, you are going to drown in the ocean of information. Information is just like an ocean. Where there's no context, where there's no context. Somebody said, very beautiful insights. Information without insight does not cause transformation. So there have to be insights which must be combined with the information that will give you real transformation. So we don't have proper context and structure and proper, esoteric planning on YouTube. Because of that, we don't get outcome. But those who are resourceful, they can connect the dots. So
Mhm.
okay, anyway, I will come back to you, Abhishek. Don't worry. Let me ask Abhishek,
Okay.
Abhi, what he thinks. So yes, Abhishek, take your time complete and tell me what you mean by personal development first. Second thing, try to tell what are the challenges we all gonna face in terms of developing yourself. Welcome, Amisha, and all everybody.
Yeah, by the way, thanks for giving me opportunity. And it's burning topic, and what if I talk about personality development and all, how can we develop personality, our personality, how can I improve our personality? It's a very challenging situation for me. And first of all, I would like to say what is personality development. Like as we are human being, as an individual, obviously we have certain personality. But the thing is that if I talk about social interaction, so that time might be you have certain personality, and out of that personality you will start reacting with people. You will start like you know talking with people, the way you will talk and the way will behave with someone. So it's totally depend on your personality. The personality means to say the how can I say means as a person how you are, right? That's your personality. So obviously the thing is that in general that is okay, like whatever you have. But when if I talk about professional fields and also, they want certain personality. That means there are some criterias, and obviously if you can touch all those criteria, or if you possess all those criteria within you, so they will hire you. Unless or until you don't unless or until you will satisfy all those criteria, they will not hire you, obviously. So in order to get that kind of personality, you have to face a lot of challenges and hardships are there. Like let's say one example, like I have certain personality, but the thing is that might be I can survive in my family with that personality. But when it comes to, like, if I talk about professional field, I'm trying to get a job. So and I went for the interview. Now the thing is that when interviewer will ask me question, and when they will try to understand my personality, that means um, how I'm behaving on a hypothetical situation. If they provide me a hypothetical situation or real life situation, so how if I share my point of view on that, they will obviously judge my personality, so if I can click that, right? So obviously they will hire me. Otherwise, they will reject me. Now the thing is that when you will reject it, so how do you feel? You will not feel good. That is quite obvious that we expect to get something from our life, right? We want to improve, and we want a good salary. We want good job, and that is our motive of life. In order, our life is always forward motion, not backward motion. Now the thing is that this is challenging when you will reject it. Like how do you feel and how do you react on that, right? So obviously you should not be disappointed. Obviously you have to understand that, yeah, I tried my level best, but the thing is that um, I was not up to the level what they want from me, or whatever the criteria they have set for that particular job. I don't have. Means I have some deficiency, and now I have to work on my personality. Now, how can you do that? And how can you identify? They will not tell you like, you have this deficiency, that deficiency. But the thing is that if you are a wise person, so obviously you will think logically. Where did you lack that time? And when you will get all those points, so if you start working on that, means might be you can take coaching, like if I personality development classes from an expert, or might be as Abhishek like mentioned, you can go for the YouTube and all. You can watch a lot of videos. And Subhankar said like might be you will get a lot of resource there on YouTube. Resourceful person there, they are talking on personality. But the thing is that on YouTube, what I think, they don't share all the good information, up to the point information, which is very important for us, because as it is a free platform, and there as their specialist, they will not give you everything in free of cost, right? So that's why sometimes you need to take admission in some coaching centers and all, and to the experts, and they will give you the right direction, and obviously, and they will share their personal experiences and all. And experience, when you will come to know about their experiences, how do they feel, how did they feel after rejection and all. So you will get the sordid reality of naked reality of our of all the professions and all. And at the same time you will get to know how can you deal with this. And when you are lonely, when you are circulated, and you are trying to overcome from this problem, might be you will get lot of information, fragment of information. That information will not help you, because when you are surrounded with the ocean of information, so you don't know like which is right one and which is wrong for you. Might be you will accept the wrong thing, you will follow the same thing again, and you will again failure. So it is not good for self motivation, self confident. And if I talk about self belief, it can break your self belief, confident. And um, if I talk about your zeal, enthusiasm, so sometimes you will feel broken. So that's why obviously you can go for the expert, like those who are an expert, and those who are very knowledgeable person than you. Then obviously you can create hypothetical situation there. You can say them like take interview hypothetically, and tell me my flaws, right? In this way you can obviously improve your personality. And personality is the most important thing, communication and personality. If you have good communication and personality, you can win the world, right? Win the world means to say you can change the world, you can change yourself, and you can motivate others, you can lead the society, you can lead the world.
or you can shake the
That's
world.
really wonderful thing, Abhishek. You have given very broad perspective, and that demonstrating very good thing that personal development is possible, which need to be done first. According to my definition, guys, even though I place a high value on my personal development than this educational academic development, because I do know that right now, world has been changed, world has been become volatile like volatile industry. So we need to develop type of skill set. Like in 2018, I think there were report came from the World Economic Forum report talking about like the top 10 skills they have given into that research, and the number one skill set was on the list was complex problem solving skill, then creativity, critical thinking, interpersonal and interpersonal communication, public speaking, negotiation, leadership qualities, and cognitive flexibility. These type of skill set we need to I would say cultivate into yourself, and that is possible through conscious efforts. So, guys, I'm sorry to say, but I'm very close to wrap up my session. But one last thing I want to discuss, then I will leave. Okay, and so I would request you, Abhi and Abhishek, speak succinctly on the point which I'm going to give you, meaning in brief way, so that we can have the. Okay, no problem, Abhi. Thank you so much for being here. By the way, glad to see your presence, and you can join in night again too. Okay, so Abhishek, the last thing I wanna know from you, right? Just
Yeah, yeah.
you can give your own life experience, like how did you start? Even though I do know you told me that you are more than 27-year old, so when did you start the personal development journey? Speak very succinctly, okay? I don't have much time, so this is the question for you in very simple way. How did you start your personal development journey on Hello, on other platform too?
Yeah, if I talk about this language, I started last year, um, 1 year ago. Or I don't know, like just it crossed my mind that I have to improve my communication skills. So and I became inquisitive towards
Hmm.
learning, acquiring this language, and so I started exploring videos on YouTube. I was and as I was also going through grammar videos, like most of the people does. Most of the people do initially when they don't have idea, they don't have uh, what to say, like knowledge, correct knowledge. So I was also exploring grammar rules and everything, and it was not helping me out. Then I came across some videos where I got to know that you can boost up this language without grammar. No need to go for boring grammar rules. And we see we cannot remember grammar rules. And if I talk about this language, while speaking, we cannot think, because when we focus on grammar, when we uh, when we get into grammar, our mind goes blank. And so we have to acquire this language as we have acquired our own mother tongue. So
One of the best quotes I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So then I came across some videos on YouTube, and I started following such videos, their instruction, like how to acquire this language
Hmm.
without grammar. And initially, see, by the way, my English was good. Like I am from English medium school, and I was able to communicate. Means I didn't have confidence, but yeah, and I was not fluent speaker. To be honest, I was not fluent speaker. So so I just started watching good videos, nice videos. I didn't go for native speakers initially. Initially, I was watching Indian speakers, motivational speakers, and then and whenever I used to whenever I came across nice videos, I used to watch it over and over again, and I tried to inculcate everything, like install, or simply you can say fit all the words, the sentence pattern into my
Hmm.
subconscious mind. That's what I started. So I started watching videos for 2 hours, 3 hours. Shubhankar, you will be surprised. Initially, I used to give 7 to 8 hours to acquire
Hmm.
this language, for 3 to 4 hours for simply for listening. And and if I talk about environment, I was missing environment. I was not getting people with whom I can confabulate. So, and if I talk about my friends, my real life friends, my parents, they are not, they are not uh, inquisitive to learn this, to inquisitive towards this language. So then I came across some applications. I'm not talking about before these applications. Before this Hello application, I used ample number of applications, 5 to 6 applications, and I started talking to people. Yeah, call used to get connected randomly, and
Hmm.
I just started talking simply. I started with introduction, and then like I started discussing on places, hobbies, everything, and there I met many people, like good speakers. I had already talked before installing this application. I had already talked uh, more than 100 people. I think more
Hmm.
than 100 or 120 people. I don't have the exact data, but I and across the Asia, like people from different nation.
Hmm.
And then I came across, I am very much grateful to that guy, one of my friend. He's from Bangladesh, and he introduced me this application, and I installed this application. And when I installed and I came across live stream, I was flabbergasted. I was like, my God, it's a really great environment. And see, I was also planning to join Cambly application, as most of the people do, like Cambly, Clappingo, though, but these applications are expensive, and it's not my
Even though
budget.
yes, even though I have seen the Cambly, but when
Yeah,
I have seen the ad on the YouTube, I got like astounded. Oh my God, it's really costly. I can't afford it. So
yeah,
even though when my friend gave me this application, I rejected it because I did not know how to use it. I was wrong. I was it was my fault. Again, he said to me, "Come back. I will facilitate you." I said, "Okay, let me join." So this thing happened. Okay, let me welcome Roots. Okay,
yeah.
welcome Roots to my stream. I hope you are doing great.
Yeah, as per your hopes, I'm doing great. Thanks for expecting.
Yes.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. And basically, we're talking about today on personal development. Like, what do you mean by personal development? And when you started your journey of personal development, and what are the challenges you have to go through initially? So, if you would like to share something on that, on personal development for you, what you can speak on that, right?
Yeah, Shubhankar, just let me complete it. I will complete in
Please,
okay.
succinctly,
Just
brother.
yeah. So like then I started like then I came across yeah, and then I came across live streams. And if I talk about group discussions, I knew many applications, but for that you have to pay money in order to talk to people, in order to discuss with people, as we are discussing over here right now. So so and initially like I was like a bit bashful person. So I just started listening to few speakers on this application,
तो
and
दोस्तों
after
इस
2 to 3 days I decided to step out of my comfort zone, and I decided to participate. I decided to indulge myself into productive talks. And I still remember my first live stream, not my first, sorry, the first live stream where I was on the hop on section, live stream of Naveen. So there we discussed about environment, how to protect environment, how to conserve. And so it was like a nice discussion. I was fearful, I was a
Okay.
bit like hesitant, but despite I
Mm-hmm.
gave my insight, and I felt blissful. And then since then till now, you can see, and like
Yeah, we
whenever I
can see
see
the
good.
exponential growth. We can see the drastic change. Change
Yeah, and
happened.
whenever even whenever I come across native speakers, I try to get into such ls, because I have some friends who are native speakers on this application, although they are not teacher, but they are using this application in order to motivate other people, in order to what to say, in order to like simply talk to people, motivate them, push them off. So whenever I come across some native speakers, I I join their LS and I talk to them for hours and
Okay,
hours.
thank you.
Yeah. So and you can say still my journey is on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
journey
I
will
want
never
to
ever finish.
participate
It's a long-term process, guys.
till my
Speaking
breath.
and
It
yeah,
will
definitely, it's a long-term
it will
process.
go
It
on
could
till my
not be
breath.
stopped.
Yeah. Lifelong
Okay, thank you
process.
so much, by the way, for your kind perspective. The journey is, so much a long story you have given, but a story really, I would say there's a beautiful quote. This says every successful person has painful story, and every painful story has successful ending. And the law of personal development says everybody has to develop themselves. If you don't develop yourself, you will not get paid. So with that, let me go to Roots right now. She has been waiting ever since she joined. Okay, yeah. So please, Roots, you can talk about your own personal development journey when you have embarked your journey and how did you do that? What are the challenges you had to face initially? Okay, so please, you can take your time.
Okay. I don't know what to say. Okay, I'll try. I'm just laughing at the comment of what Adre.
Abhishek. Yeah.
Why haven't you combed your hair?
He is kidding. I know.
I know. Okay. So, what was your question? Okay, what challenges did I face while developing my personality? Um, I would say like I did not even know my personality at all, like what persona I have, what I was just aware about my likes and dislikes, not about my interests and what excites me. So it took
Hmm.
a lot of time actually to find almost 6 months, dedicated 6 months to know what I like, what really peps me up, what really fills me with a lot of exuberance, a lot of, brightness and excitement. And then after a much deliberation, I got to know that like, these are the things that I like. And what I think, like you develop your personality in many ways, because personality is a summation of so many things: the way you talk, deal with people, how you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you present yourself, and the way you respond to the situation. So it comprises of so many things. It comprises so many things. But and when I started onto the journey of knowing myself, so the better I know myself, the better I'm exposed to the situations, the better I can reflect upon my actions and reactions. Then eventually I get to know about who I am and what I like and dislike beyond a point. Like, most of the times likes and dislikes keep on changing, but beyond likes and dislikes, there are few things like interests. What do you like or not? So yeah, then I got to know. And now now I try to delve into those aspect of my personality that really helps me to be compassionate, to work with no stress at all. So yep, and along with it, while delving into those things, I somehow I'm gaining knowledge. And I don't know if it's really developing my personality or not, but I'm enjoying the process. That's what I know.
That's really wonderful thing. You said eventually that I'm enjoying the whole process, I'm relishing the whole process. That's really great thing. And this is a beautiful quote. I have read the quote by Aristotle, like 2,500 years ago. He had given a great wisdom. So he said, he said, all type of wisdom start by knowing thyself. So unless you know who you are, you won't be able to work upon yourself. So understanding of your completely at a deep level, that help us a lot to develop any type of thing. And even though in the it is called the, I think some of you might be knowing, neuroplasticity basically talking about nowadays, drastically on the different research are coming, they're talking about, regardless of your age, regardless of your, occupation, your profession, you can develop any skill set by putting the deliberate practice. So
Hmm.
it is possible for everybody, and of course we need to develop good persona, good decorum while talking to people, because eventually when you meet somebody, face to face communication when you're having, your physical appearance speak first, your body language speak first, your words come later. So right now when you go to interview, even though into my college I ask my seniors, could you please tell me the criteria for the placement, the norms of the placement. So they said to me, Swagger is basically more likely on communication and speaking and your personality. And there's a one more research I would like to give you. There's a university which is called Carnegie Institute of Technology. They have done the research. They are talking about 85% your career, your commercial, your financial, and your personal success come from your ability to lead, negotiate, connect, speak. Only 15% is coming from your technical education. So we need to develop our personality, and there are number of tests you can go through. I don't know the test of psychology. Basically they do on your personality, so they will help you to find out what type of personality you are having. So these are the things which I wanted to mention.
Hmm.
Okay, yes, anything left you would like to share? Something you can add if you want. Welcome Supirita and everybody, I would say.
Hmm. I want to know, like, I want to go deep into it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are two things that happens in a human's life. Like, when we see people here on Hello or maybe on YouTube or people around in offices or surroundings, there are two phenomena that happen. One is you get inspired. The other thing is you get influenced, right? So, can you make any distinction between getting influenced and getting inspired? What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's really wonderful thing, by the way, that I would say there are two things. There's a one beautiful word which is called clarity of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
There's a the most intelligent man, his name was Buckminster Fuller. When people ask him, he has 7 doctorate degree. When somebody asked him what is the secrets of intelligence, so he said, clarity is power. So I would say when you have clarity, you influence people, you influence your circumstances, you influence your result. When you don't have clarity of thoughts, other people's opinions rub on you. You get confused, and you will become the prisoner of their opinion because we don't think about ourselves. About inspiration, inspiration is an insight process. Let's say you are accomplished girl, lady. So let's say you are existing a successful established public speaker. I'm also want to be public speaker, so I will get inspiration from you that how did you do that, and what could I learn from you that can help me into my journey, because what is working for Abhishek may not work for me, right? What is working in my favor may not work for somebody else. So what brought you here today might not be sufficient to take you to the next stage. So influencing basically is all about, there's a beautiful fundamental about influence. If you try to let me write down the words of influence in the comment section, then I will tell you what exactly it is. Just wait for a while. There's a beautiful definition of influence, guys. Everybody can listen. I stand for inspire people. N stand for nurture the people. F stand for, just wait for a while.
Mhm.
Yes, I stand for inspire people. N stand for nurture the people. F stand for faith in people. L stand for listening to people. F, oh sorry, U stand for understanding the people. E stand for encourage the people. N stand for navigating with the people. Then comes C, meaning connecting with the people, and come E, which is known as equip the people. If you try to add R, which is called influencer, meaning rewarding the people. So influence has 3 components: how many people know you, respect you, trust you. But this is a different thing. When we get influenced by people, somehow their opinion, their belief system, they are imposing on you. So let's say rules, if you don't have your own belief, if you don't have your own self-image, if you don't have any specific goal, if you don't have clarity of thoughts, where exactly are you going, other people's opinion will become the base for you to make decision. And this thing happening with a lot of people. If I don't know what's my purpose, I will always make decision on the basis of my family's conditioning, my background conditioning, societal conditioning, educational conditioning, media conditioning, government conditioning. And guess what? After making the decision, you don't like what you made so far. So that is a very bad thing for everybody. So inspiration is all about learning from somebody else's story, at the same time creating a thinking process into your mind that if he can do that thing, I can do that thing. If she can become this person, I can become that person. That drives inspiration. But influence, getting influenced by somebody else, it's a very bad thing. So we don't have to, we can listen people, we can appreciate people, but don't forget your own values, don't forget your own like evidence. So let's say you came to my stream. Somehow I'm doing your brainwashing. Somehow you are doing my brainwashing. Now understand one more thing. Is this brainwashing is positive? When somebody influencing you, basically by default he or she is doing your brainwashing. You need to make one distinction and thinking principle which says is this brainwashing negative or positive? If this brainwashing is negative, you will not always be focused on your work. You will be distracted. If this brainwashing is right, authentic, positive, you will be decisive, you will be inquisitive, you will be curious towards learning. So that's what I think according to my definition of influence and the
Yeah, that
inspiration.
was really great. And see, as far as I know, Shubhankar, what is influential means what? What I think that it's simply you wanna you want to become popular, you want to become
Hmm.
influential. So if I talk about this application, let's talk about this application, hello application. There are lots of great speakers on this application, uh, having more than 1K followers. So but yeah, some people seek for influence, they seek for popularity. So might be see, I'm not criticizing over here to anyone, to be I'm not criticizing, but and if you are getting inspired from someone, or or if you are getting motivated, so like might be I'm getting motivated, I'm getting inspired from Shubhankar. So so uh, like uh, that that doesn't mean that I like he is he's a very influential person, or he's So yeah, he is influential. So before becoming popular, he like he's a great personality, he's a great speaker, he's a great motivational speaker, and there are so many good speakers. So if you are seeking for popularity, then it's totally up to you. I'm not against popularity, but if you are here for the sake of learning, for the sake of your growth, for the sake of improving your communication skills, and at the same time getting knowledge. So so and when you start conducting your own live stream, when you start discussing on good topics, and you conduct your ls in a productive way, with the passage of time you will become popular on this application. People will like you, people will adore you, people will get influenced as well as inspired. First they will get inspired, and they will also get positive vibes. They will get such notions that if this person can become a great live streamer or a great uh, person or great speaker on this application, I can also. So that's what's the difference. Like influencer, don't seek for popularity, don't seek to, don't like simply don't your first focus, your prior focus should be to learn this language, to develop your communication skills, to get knowledge. That should be your priority. And and eventually, with the passage of time, it will take time, you will become an influential person on this application. And I'm not talking especially about this application, in other platforms also, in your life, in your real life, as well as virtual life. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, that's really wonderful thing you have given about influence, and thank you so much for being here. And even though I wanted to hope, wrap up my stream, but having seen Mr. Khan sir, I can't restrict myself.
Because
So,
Shubhankar, one more thing, like
huh?
because I have seen some people on this application. See, again, I'm saying my intention is not to criticize anyone. They all are
Please make it
among
simple.
me.
You
Yeah,
explain a lot
see,
once.
yeah, because they have many followers. They have, they are great live streamers. But if I go into their live stream, I don't find some productivity,
Mm-hmm.
or they don't discuss on productive talks, or they don't discuss on topics, on different topics, which is which
The
is
secrets, the first thing for every successful streamer, you know what? He will always give you context. People don't have context. So if you don't have
Mhm.
context, what are you gonna talk about? You're gonna round about, right? You're gonna
Right.
start. You will not follow brevity. You will not follow. You will not have a to the point conversation. Everybody would be wandering and roaming and spying from the topic. So we need to provide the solid, concrete context for the people so that along the context they can speak on that, and that is the first step to start every single conversation. If you don't have context, eventually you will find I have talked a lot, but I did not even understand so far what I talk about. So that's why context is indispensable in every segment.
Right, right,
So
right. Not only to
guys,
boost
I'm
up your
sorry Abhishek and
communication.
everybody.
Hmm.
Yes, I want to I want you to
But if
speak a
I
lot,
talk
but
about you, Shubhankar, you are an inspiration as well as you are an influential person on this application, beyond all shadow of
thank you.
doubt. Yeah, both.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I want to hope, stop my stream because because of you, 50 minutes extended. I extended my session 50 minutes. You have to say thank for me, right? So
Okay,
anyway,
thank you so much, Shubhankar. I'm very much grateful to you.
okay. Thank you so much for everybody for being here, Mr. Cancer. Please come in night. Of course, I will conduct my stream around 8:30 or 9 p.m. again today because today we're gonna
Nine,
discuss
around
a
nine.
wonderful
Yeah.
topic here. You can be there. So thank you so much everybody for being here, for taking the time, for investing into your learning. If you will come to my stream, you will not go with empty hand. You will always go with the fulfilled hand, meaning you're gonna get lots of insights and knowledge. And always sit with a copy and pen. You meaning everybody can give you some profound knowledge. So your job to digest, to absorb good thing from everybody. Because we are living in the era which is full of information. We are drowning, we are sinking in the ocean of information, but we do not have the wisdom. We're still starving for the insights and wisdom. For that, we need to follow mastermind therapy, mastermind theory, meaning like-minded individual, ambitious people when they come together, when they discuss topic, when they disseminate, when they impart their knowledge with the beautiful efforts. you're gonna become undefeatable. You're gonna become polymath person, meaning you're gonna have a lots of knowledge. So do that thing. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for being here. Thank you each and every single person for being on my LS. See you to all guys. Thank you.